Hi everyone! So I wanted to go live. I finally received some of our newest titles in the mail, and I wanted to share some of my favorites that have arrived, and that some of them are just completely new concepts that I'm really enjoying. So I wanted to give you a peek inside of some of those books. So this one, if you're familiar with our illustrated stories collection, they're all padded hardcover books. And they're just really good quality heirloom style books. But their newest one in this series is Illustrated Stories from China. I love the detailed gold coloring and lettering in it, and they just have beautiful illustrations with stories from China. So I thought this was a really fun addition to that series, and I'm excited to share it with my kids. They all also come with a ribbon bookmark. So there's multiple stories in each book, so you can mark your place after reading them, and they are the perfect bedtime stories. I love that they have different stories from different cultures and countries, so that our kids can be exposed to different things from around the world. All right, some others that I'm really loving right now. I always love our pop-up books. And our newest in this series is the Three Little Pigs pop-up fairy tales. So there's the three little pigs going down the trail to start their own life. And there's the first little pig's house. He decided to build a house of straw. And you can even peek inside the house, which is pretty cool. Kids love that. And then here's the big bad wolf. And he's going to try, okay, I think this is, I told you wrong. So this is the third little pig's house is this one. That makes more sense. So there's the third little pig's house, and then here's the straw house, and there's the wolf hiding behind it. And then he blew it. I love how it moves, so you can see the house moving, blowing away. And there's this house of sticks. And finally the house of bricks. And he turned the house, and you can see him fall right into the pot of boiling water. So one of my favorite stories, and now it's in pop-up version. All right, two new concept books. I'm so excited. I've seen other books like this, but not with Usborne or Kane Miller, so I'm excited that they have these now. There's two in this series, and it's write your own name. So how it works is you have this little card that slides out, and there's 4 sides, so you can use it for different children. You write it on both sides, their name, and then you just slide in there where their name would be written, and then you can read the story. So whoever your child's name is, the firefighter wears a yellow hat, and it's a story about your child. So this is a very simple version of the story. Again, we have another one in this series, but then in addition to that, we have another style, same concept, but with stickers. And so I've already added my child's name to it, and this has been really fun because, again, it has a story. This one's a little bit more of a complicated story, but every time we come to her name, I would have her say her name, and she'd practice reading, because she's 3 years old, and she's just starting to learn some letters and recognize her name. So this was good practice for her to say her name, and then we could also point to each of the letters and practice the letters in her name. And it comes with all these stickers, so any child, you can put any child's name in it. And I love that these are, let's see if I can, they're pretty strong, but they are reusable. They're like a thick, bumpy sticker type, so they are reusable. You can switch it out for another child, and so it will last with all your kids if you have multiples. So really fun book. There's another one in this series also. So we have 2 new concept books, and there's 2 in each of those new series. So great option to get for your kids, especially for birthdays. Then I think I've mentioned these before. Some of my very first books that I ever had from Usborne were about Poppy and Sam, and they have come up with a lot of new books recently. So there's all different types. There's magic painting. This one is animal sounds. So you find the circles and press it. Let's see if it's on. Hold on. Oh, it's off. That's why it's not working. So this is on the farm. So here it's a simple story, and you're trying to find the animals throughout the pages, and they're waking up each other, and you can hear the sounds. One thing I love about the Farmyard Tales series is every page will have a hidden yellow duck on it that my kids love to find. So really sweet illustrations. I love this. I love all of Poppy and Sam books. So we have more available. We have one for Halloween and one for Christmas with Poppy and Sam. And then this is the first word book. So it's going to have a simple sentence for the story, but then it's going to also have vocabulary with the words under it so they can find it for seek and find. Again, there's going to be the little yellow duck to find. Can you see that? But they're working on building their vocabulary and recognizing words in the books. So great way that you can use this in multiple ways with your kids of all ages. So I just love these illustrations in Stephen Cartwright's books. Okay, let's talk about some activity books that I'm super excited about. This one I'm saving for my son. It is Origami Dinosaurs. Every origami book that Usborne has come up with, we've bought. And so I'm super excited to give him Dinosaurs because he just loves origami. And it's basically self-explanatory. These are all the different dinosaurs that you will get to make with paper. And then there are a couple new ones. There's a Christmas one, and this is the mermaid one, and a few others. We had animals and dinosaurs before that. So really fun coloring book, because at the back of it there are some, let's see if I can take it out. Oh, it's taped in, that's why. Pages that you color, and then you glue to the correct corresponding pages and create your own pop-up book. So it's a coloring craft pop-up book that's really fun. Great option to give for birthdays. All right, this one I spent a long time going through last night. There is so much in it. If you're not familiar, we have the Never Get Bored book. Now we have a Never Get Bored Outdoors book. And I'm super excited about this because I am doing everything I possibly can to try to get my kids outdoors more rather than sitting in front of a screen watching YouTube videos or movies or playing video games. So this has tons of activities. There's not just one activity on each page. There's multiple activities for each page. So there's over 100 different ideas of things that you can do outside, with nature, with animals, when it's raining, if you have a rainy day, fun things that you can do, games you can play, things you can write in your journal. It's just really packed with lots of creative things. And I was having fun getting excited with all the things that we could do with my kids. In the back, they're going to have answers to the games and quizzes that are included in the book. And then also some additional websites, so quick links they call it, so you can go and learn more online or find more activities and ideas there. So that's our Never Get Bored Outdoors book. And to go along with it, we have some new activity cards, wipe to clean cards. These are Never Get Bored cards, but there's also some more that recently came out. They each come with a wipe clean marker, and then they're full of, you can see how many cards there are. Many of these are front and back. So the thing I like about this one is they are divided into categories of 1, 2, or 3 player games that you can play. So you're on a road trip, just pull these out, divide them up between your kids, and they'll have plenty of games and activities to keep them busy during the road trip. So for example, one player thinks of a category and writes it here, so they're going to write the category here, and then the next person has to come up with 6 words that relate to that category. If they can do it within 30 seconds, then they win. If not, the other person wins. There's just a whole bunch of different ideas. This one is write the letters here. Remember, at least 3 vowels and at least 4 consonants. You have 1 minute to start now. So what you do is you write those letters right here, and then you try to make as many words as you possibly can. And so here's an example. They had those letters written and they found the word happy. And it was just fun playing these games with my daughter last night, and I can't wait to take these in the car when we're on the road trip. So great option to have. I recommend punching holes in them so they don't get lost, or so you can split them up and divide them among your kids so you have multiples on the go. Great option. These are $9.99, so for all you get, it's a really good deal. All right, let's talk about some of our nonfiction now. I am such a fan of our beginners and young beginners series. They have great photos for the beginner series, and then in the young beginners, it's all gorgeous drawings and illustrations. I just love to look at these pictures. They're so pretty. And there's simpler text for the young beginners, but it's still lots of learning as they identify different, like the frog, the beetle, the tadpoles, new words, and are exposed to new things in nature. So this newest one is Ponds. A fun new series. You can get all 4 of these together. You can buy them separately. They are So You Think You Know About. In the series, we have Velociraptors, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Triceratops, and Stegosaurus. And I was reading through it, and I couldn't believe how little I know about dinosaurs. If your kid is into dinosaurs, this is a great book. There's so much information. It's explained very well. There's lots of photos and diagrams and drawings, so you can understand better, helps with the comprehension, and really fun concepts, because it's kind of one of the things that was quizzing, is this a dinosaur or is it not? This was explaining what the difference between a dinosaur and something that you may think is a dinosaur but actually isn't. Okay, another one that I'm excited about, very unique news title we have, is How Big Is Our Baby? This is a great one to give to new expecting mothers, or to kids who their mom is having another baby, okay? So they can prepare for the big event. I really like it. It's written to that age level for kids that are having to go through that new change, and it talks about all the changes that are going to happen with the new brother or sister, and the excitement that comes from it. And then it's great because it shows how big the baby is after each month, so it kind of makes it more hands-on, realistic, not hands-on, but helps them understand. So after 1 month, this is the size of the baby. After 2 months, there's the size of the baby. It's the size of a jelly bean. And it continues 5 months, it's a mango. So great book, and always has, tells a little bit for each month of what the baby is doing. Baby can sleep and dream just like you at 8 months. So great learning one, and great one to have for anyone that's expecting to be able to just learn a little bit and share with their kids. All right, and finally, we have Real Life Mysteries. Can you explain the unexplained? And I wasn't sure about this one, if I should get it or not, but I'm so happy I did. I thought it might be too scary for some of my kids, but my 8-year-old, she was super excited about it. When I was describing what it was about, she picked it up and didn't want to put it down. So it's going to talk about mysteries like Bigfoot and UFOs and ancient alien astronauts with the pyramids and Stonehenge, and just share some mysteries of things that could have been but aren't necessarily proven, sea monsters. And then it tells some facts or science on the next page. So it'll have the questions or the mystery on one page, and then it will talk about some explanations or possibilities for that. So I really like this. This is fun for all ages. I have definitely sat down and enjoyed reading and learning some new things. And it is just fun to discuss and decide for yourself whether it's real or not, if it's a mystery or not too. So that's Real Life Mysteries, Can You Explain Unexplained? Really fun series. I think it would be a fun one for any reluctant reader. So those are some of my new favorites. There are a whole bunch more that I didn't share with you today, but if you have any questions on a particular book, please let me know. Or if you'd like to place an order of some books, I can also share some recommendations. All right, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.